Hey there, knowledge seekers. Ready to dive into something truly groundbreaking? We're stepping into a world of decentralized AI with Masa.
Yeah, a future where AI isn't controlled by tech giants, but by a global community.
That's the vision Masa's painting.
A radical shift.
So let's unpack this. First things first.
What exactly is Masa?
Okay.
In a nutshell, Masa is a protocol, a set of rules and incentives that allows anyone to contribute data, to train AI, and get rewarded for it.
So instead of massive corporations hoarding data,
Think of it like a giant collaborative AI training ground.
it's more of a shared resource.
Exactly. The white paper calls it a commons, where everyone benefits from the collective contributions.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
But how does it actually work? Who are the key players in this Masa ecosystem?
Well, it all starts with you, the user.
Okay.
In Masa, you become what they call a worker node.
A worker node sounds technical.
It's simpler than it sounds. As a worker node, you contribute data and processing power from your device. And the more valuable your contribution, the more you stand to gain.
Hold on, so I'm not just giving away my data for free.
Oh, no.
There are actual rewards.
Absolutely. And that's where things get interesting. Masa uses a system called staking, where participants put forward tokens, these are like digital credits, as a kind of commitment to the network.
So it's like putting your money where your mouth is, literally.
In a way, yes. But here's the key difference. The more valuable your contributions are, the higher the quality of data you provide, or the more accurately you process AI requests, the lower your staking requirements become.
So it incentivizes quality over quantity.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. But what about those who try to cheat the system?
Masa has a clever solution for that too, slashing. If someone tries to game the system or provide bad data, they risk losing a portion of their stake.
Slashing sounds intense. But hey, got to keep things fair, right?
Right.
So there's a real financial incentive to be a good actor in the Masa ecosystem.
Precisely. Masa's design is all about aligning incentives. It ensures that those who contribute the most benefit the most, making the whole system more equitable and less prone to manipulation.
Yeah.
That's a huge departure from how AI development works today.
It's like you said, a radical shift. This is already blowing my mind, and we're just getting started. So we've got these worker nodes providing data, but someone has to actually build the AI applications that use all this data.
You're right. And that's where the Oracle nodes come in. Think of them as the developers, the builders of the Masa world. They create the AI applications that tap into this vast, crowdsourced pool of data.
It's like a symbiotic relationship. Users provide data, developers build cool AI, everybody wins. But who's making sure all of this runs smoothly? Who's keeping an eye on things?
That's the crucial role of the validators. They're like the guardians of the network, ensuring everything operates fairly and securely. They validate transactions, ensure the integrity of the data, and keep the whole system honest.
Okay, I'm starting to see how all the pieces fit together. We've got the worker nodes, the Oracle nodes, the validators. It's like a well-oiled, decentralized machine. But this brings up another question for me. This whole idea of a decentralized, community-driven AI is incredible, but doesn't it require a ton of trust?
That's where the beauty of Masa's design comes in. It's not just about trust, it's about incentives and transparency.
So it's not just about blindly trusting the system, it's about having these built-in mechanisms that encourage good behavior and make it transparent.
Exactly. Remember those staking requirements we talked about?
Yeah.
They're not static. They adjust dynamically based on how the network is performing.
Okay.
It's all about creating a self-regulating system where everyone has a vested interest in its success.
This whole concept is incredibly innovative. But I'm curious, does the white paper say anything about how Masa ensures the network improves over time? It can't just be about incentives, right?
You're right. It's much more nuanced than that. The white paper highlights how Masa is designed to get smarter over time through several key mechanisms. For starters, those adaptive staking requirements we talked about, they're constantly pushing everyone to up their game, encouraging the network to become more efficient and accurate.
So the network is constantly raising the bar, encouraging everyone to improve.
Precisely. And it's not just individual improvement that Masa promotes. It also has built-in mechanisms for collaboration. Think about all those worker nodes contributing data. They're not working in isolation. They're all feeding into this massive shared pool of information.
Right.
The more diverse and higher quality the data, the better the AI models become. It's a virtuous cycle.
I can see why they call it fair AI. It's about leveraging the collective intelligence of a global community. This is all incredibly fascinating, but let's bring it back down to earth for a second. How does Masa actually impact, real people? What can you actually deal with this technology?
That's the exciting part. The white paper dives deep into the technical aspects, but what really struck me was its potential to revolutionize how we interact with AI in our daily lives. Think about the AI-powered tools we use every day. Chatbots, language translation, even those AI writing assistants. Masa has the potential to make those tools smarter, fairer, and more accessible.
Okay, that makes sense, but how? How does Masa actually make these AI tools better?
One word: LLMs, large language models.
Okay.
They're the brains behind a lot of the AI we interact with today, and Masa is designed to supercharge them.
LLMs, those are like the brains behind a lot of the AI we interact with, right?
Exactly. And traditionally, these LLMs are trained on massive data sets controlled by a handful of corporations.
Right.
But with Masa, imagine a future where the AI we use every day isn't trained on data controlled by a handful of corporations, but by a global network of users, like you, contributing to a more diverse and representative data set.
So the AI would be more representative of diverse voices and perspectives.
Precisely. This could lead to fairer, less biased AI systems. The data they're trained on would reflect a much broader range of human experiences.
That's amazing. So it's not just about the data itself. It's about who controls that data and how it's used to train these powerful AI models. But the white paper also mentioned that worker nodes can actually process AI requests using these LLMs, right? What does that even mean?
You're catching on quickly. That's another area where Masa gets really interesting. Instead of relying solely on centralized servers, Masa distributes the computational workload across its network of worker nodes.
Wait, so you're telling me I could actually use MY Computer to help process AI requests?
Exactly, and get rewarded for it. Remember, it's like turning your device into a mini AI powerhouse, contributing to a more distributed and resilient AI infrastructure.
I'm starting to see the potential here. But with great power comes, well, you know the rest. How does Masa ensure that all this power isn't misused? Who's in control?
That's the million-dollar question, and it gets to the heart of why Masa is so revolutionary. Unlike traditional AI development, where control rests with a select few, Masa is governed by the community.
Wait, so the users actually have a say in how the technology is developed and used?
You got it. The white paper explains how token holders get voting rights on key decisions about the future of the protocol. It's like a decentralized democracy for AI.
Now that is a game changer. So instead of corporations calling all the shots, the community decides how this powerful technology should be used.
Exactly. And the white paper goes into detail about how this governance works, from how proposals are made to how votes are tallied. It's all about transparency and accountability.
The more we delve into this, the more impressed I am by the vision behind Masa. It's not just about building cool technology, it's about creating a fairer, more equitable future for AI. Which, now that you mentioned it, reminds me a lot of another revolutionary technology that challenged centralized power and put it back in the hands of the people.
Let me guess. Bitcoin.
Bingo. This idea of decentralization, it really resonates, especially when we compare Masa to the revolution we saw with Bitcoin, both technologies.
Yeah.
They're about empowering individuals and distributing control more broadly.
Precisely. Just like Bitcoin challenged the traditional financial system, Masa aims to do the same for AI, making this powerful technology accessible to everyone, not just a select few.
It's inspiring to think about the possibilities, but let's be realistic for a moment. This is still early days for Masa, right?
Sure.
There must be challenges to tackle along the way.
Absolutely. The technology is still evolving, and the white paper acknowledges that. Building a decentralized future for AI, it's a monumental task. But that's the nature of innovation, isn't it? It's about pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo.
Totally. So, for our listeners who are just as captivated by this as we are, what's the key takeaway here? What's the one thing you hope they remember from this deep dive into Masa?
That's a great question. I think the biggest takeaway is that the future of AI, it doesn't have to be controlled by a handful of powerful corporations. Masa offers a compelling alternative, a future where individuals like you have a voice in shaping how this technology is developed and used, and ultimately how it impacts our world.
A future where the benefits of AI are shared more equitably and where everyone has the opportunity to contribute to and benefit from its progress.
Exactly. It's a vision worth striving for, and Masa is paving the way.
Well said. It sounds like Masa is more than just a technological innovation. It's a movement towards a more democratic and inclusive AI landscape.
I couldn't agree more, and it's a movement that needs your participation.
Absolutely. So to our amazing listeners, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this revolutionary approach to AI? What excites you most about Masa? What concerns do you have? Head over to our comment section and share your insights. Let's keep this conversation going.
And if you're as fascinated by groundbreaking technologies like Masa as we are, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive.
Until next time, keep those minds curious and stay hungry for knowledge.